Hi guys, this is your girl Shireen. So I'm sitting in my car with my daughter, of course, and she don't want to be on camera now, but that's okay. And I'm just discussing relationship with her because she's 18 and I believe she has a boyfriend. She just have her first boyfriend. So I mean, it's nothing heavy, just something quite light. So I'm telling her my experience, right? And we had to come out here and sit in the car because every time I tell her my own opinion, her father gets in the way and trying to say something different, right? So, but at another time, he can tell her whatever he wants to tell her. I mean, I'm not saying that he doesn't have anything valid to say to her, but he can do it when I am not there. Right? Yeah, because him interpret. I was saying we were talking about abuse, right? And why people stay into abusive situation. And so I was telling her that for many years people asked me why I stay into an abusive relationship, right? And I told her that my tolerance level was quite high. And let me explain that to you. So her father and I, we had lots of, what would you call our relationship?
It was rough.
It was, right? And what again?
Bipolar. You guys are bipolar. That's a different story.
Right? It's that our relationship was quite tumultuous. That's a good word to explain it, right? And the reason why he to me, he was very aggressive. You think I am saying it right? I think his relationship, he was very aggressive. He's just aggressive person by personality. But then the reason why I stayed into the marriage is because at a later age, I realized why I stayed. I don't know why he stayed, but I know why I stayed. I stayed because my tolerance level was high. And so I was explaining to her that when I was growing up, I used to see my next door neighbor beat his wife. Not his wife, his girlfriend. I had a guy live next door us named Cleve. He used to beat him girlfriend all the time, beat her sick. And as a child, it affected me. And I grew and I saw a lot of violence. Violence was on the TV all the time. Violence was in the community, right? So when I came to Canada 20 years ago and I started experiencing this kind of behavior, I didn't know it didn't affect, I mean, it did affect me, right? But I could have run, where if a person grew up in a different situation, a different lifestyle or whatnot, their tolerance level is so low that as soon as they see anything like abuse, they would just they're gone. Right? So I'm telling her that sometimes when you have a relationship, she must be very mindful of it, because say for example, she grew up in the house where her father and we have a tumultuous relationship. She must be careful that when she meets somebody, she don't fall into the trap where her tolerance level is so high that she tolerate those kind of behavior.
Yeah, and I agree.
She need to listen to the person who speaks. She must look around and see how him talk to his parents, his peers, how him deal with other people around him, because that is a indication if that person is a rude individual or if that person is very, like for example, you have disabled people and and if you're with somebody and them speak ill of disabled people who can't really, it's not their, they didn't have a choice in the way that they're disabled, and if you hear a person talking about a disabled person like that, you have to think about it, right? Because you want somebody who at least have some kind of empathy, right? You have to have to have some kind of empathy, have to love people, care about poor people, do not discriminate because of color or race, right, or class. Right, that doesn't mean that you don't need somebody who is gonna, right, I mean, if a person is lazy, them lazy. For example, I don't want to see you go talk to somebody who don't have any ambition, because ambition is not something you can
Force on somebody.
right, you can't
You
force
think you
it.
can teach it to people?
I don't think so, unless, you see, let me tell you, ambition is something you can, the person already have ambition, but them just didn't
Need a
have the
little push.
means how to do it, or how to get it, and then you go into that person's life and you make that person better. In terms of that person was sitting down, I wasn't going to do, and then you come into their life and you support them and says, okay, what are your intention? Are you going back to school? And you see the person make the effort because you're there. You make them better, you know? You enhance, they push you. You push that person push you, right? But if you are with somebody and you see where you just stagnant and nothing going on for you and him not help you or you not help, it's just not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's like certain. I feel like that's a certain amount of relationships are like that. Not everybody looks for that, because if they're lazy, they're gonna go for the same type of person. But if you're an ambitious person and like want something out of life, then you really have to like find that in somebody else, right?
Right. You can't force it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't force upon something, and it's wrong for you to try to force it on another person, because it's not everybody going to be doctors and lawyers, and you need to understand that.
Yeah.
Right? And if you meet somebody and you realize that they don't want to achieve a whole lot and they're satisfied with that kind of lifestyle, you have to make the choice there and then. If
You're happy, you're sad, you can be content living like that.
right, if you can content with that, but you can't be pushing on that person, not pushing, and then you try to push that person and that person is like, leave me alone, you know. So you have to, so those are decisions you have to make. And so you have to go think about it, right? I mean, if you meet a young guy your age, same 18, 19 or 20, we don't expect the young guy to have anything, but you expect him.
Well, if I can expect myself to have goals, I can expect the same from him.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think about people saying to compare relationships?
What do you mean compare relationships?
Said, you have a boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and you look at my relationship, and my boyfriend is buying me shoes and purses and cars or whatever, and yours is not.
It all depends, because okay,
Not necessarily like material things, but like he's doing stuff for me. He's bringing me flowers every week, you know, kind of thing. He's going above and beyond. Like, you know, like, but yours is doing the bare minimum. But like, how do you know what the bare minimum is?
Okay, there are certain things you're supposed to have a standard, right? How you want your relationship to go in the beginning. You're supposed to have, you're supposed to really.
And you think that should be talked about before you get into a relationship?
Okay, let me say something to you. When when your father and I left, okay, in December, I met this one guy, and I said to the guy, I want somebody to treat me like princess. Right? We have conversation. We're talking for about a month. I said to him, you know, we met at the coffee shop, and we go out a few times. And then when we met, he told me what he wants, and I told him what I want, what I'm looking for. Right? I asked him.
I feel like that's not asked enough. I feel like
Hold
that's
on.
important.
So at first, we talk about, okay, I asked him, he said to me, what is it I'm looking for? I said, I'm looking for something that would lead to marriage, a long-term relationship. And he said to me, he's looking for the same thing. Because, no, first I read his profile, and his profile says
Where's this, Tinder?
No, this was on OkCupid. And so he said, so he said that he's looking for, no, he said he's just, he didn't say anything. So when we met up at the coffee shop.
But guys will just tell you what you want to hear.
Oh, that's true. But this is a big man, right? And this is somebody who have already married and have kids and divorced and all that. So then I don't see why he should lie to me. So he turned to me and said to me, when he finds it, he will know. Which to me, it was, And so I said to him, well, listen, I'm not looking for somebody to play around with. And then he said to me, okay. Then the two of us sit and we talk and, we see if we like each other and whatnot, which we did. So we go on a second date. And then the conversation get where I told him what I want. I want somebody who to wine and dine me and treat me like a princess. And I'll do the same. And I also said to him, I will do the same. And who will put me first? Right? Because him have kids. And I have children too. So I said, but I need somebody who is going to put me first, but not necessarily mean that you're going to not love your kids. I'm not asking him not to love him kids, but him have to, eventually when the relationship reach that stage, him have to put me first. And then him say, yes, it's something that we can do. So then when I was going to Florida back in December, so he called me up and we would talk on the phone every night. And then I just mentioned to him, I said, you know what? I'm going to Florida. Because he knew I was going to Florida. And I said, and I don't know if I should drive to the airport and park out at the airport. And I said, I don't know how am I going to get to the airport. If I should, And he went silent. He said nothing. For a simple thing. And I said what I would like if somebody could drive my car to the airport and then drive it back for me. You know what I mean? Drive it back, just bring my car back to my house. Because it's going to cost me a lot of money to it was almost a month we were going to be gone for. So I didn't want to park at the airport for a month. And if he could have, and the guy, I didn't deliberately ask him. But he did not offer. No, right
Goodbye.
there and then, goodbye. I realize I'm like,
a lot of people are tolerant. They'll just let
he's
it
not.
slide,
I'm not gonna let it slide. So I just do not. I went to the airport. I didn't call him. The last time when I was gonna do my hair, I spoke to him and whatnot, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna go do my hair," and then he was calling me. I don't answer my phone again because listen. First of all, obviously, I'm not very considerate, and he's not a child. And he could have said two things. He could have said, you know what, Shireen, I'm busy, I can't go, but why don't you take a Uber
Let me pay for it.
and let me pay for it, or do something or say
Do you
something.
think it's okay for you to expect that from people?
Of course, if you're gonna be with me, I'm sorry, I'm old school. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe the guy's on the. Maybe I'm old school, but that's what I expected.
Yeah, some guys are willing to do that, but some are not.
Okay, well, the ones that are not, they're not for me then, because I need sensitivity, I need empathy, and I need somebody who care for me. And for me, that is my form of, that shows me that that person is thinking of me and want the best for me. And so this is what you have to ask yourself, because what I want from a man is not necessarily what you want from a man. You have to decide on that. What is it you want? Maybe you just wanted somebody to play with. Maybe you just want to just have fun. Maybe you're not looking for a husband now. Maybe you're not looking, which I don't think, because you're going to university. You can't be looking for anything now, right? You can't. Right? But when you get serious, these things...
But even if it wasn't serious, could I not still expect that?
Of course. Of course, because you will give yourself to him. And he's also giving himself to you too. Right? But all you know if he's being honest though.
You'll never know.
I don't know. Let me turn on the car and wind down the window. Okay, the window. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. So you have to go know. You have to know.
Yeah, that's true. But you say you should trust people before they give you a reason not to trust them, or not trust people until they give a reason to trust them.
Trust is earned. Trust is earned. Trust is earned. You just take people at face value, and then you start to listen to them, get to know them. Right? Because there are so many different stages of relationship, right? The first stage is the smooching stage, where the person try to
Sue you.
right, who's you. And then there's the other stage where is if the relationship can maintain to reach to that stage, the other stage. So you have to know if you can at least get if you see a guy the first 3 months you've been seeing the guy, you can't get past that stage. You're doing so many things wrong on that stage. Because all I know, if a man wants you,
He'll do anything.
he will do anything to get you. I have seen it
I
with
would
my
do
two.
anything and everything to win the role.
Yeah, I will do anything and everything to win the role. Right?
You're right.
They will fly. I see men leave from Canada, go to 3,000, 5,000 miles to a woman to meet a woman and buy her clothes and pack things and carry phone and do all kind of things. Well, you think they wouldn't do the same thing for you? That's what it is. They want you, they will do it. And it's not all about material things either, right? But they will do whatever they think you want.
Yeah.
Because if you meet a man and him go buy all kind of clothes for you, maybe that's not what you want, because you already have all kind of clothes. Right? Maybe you want to go to a trip on Europe. Maybe you want to do you're different. You're at a different level or a stage in your life now. Clothes doesn't do it for you. Right? Maybe you want to go to Europe and him pay for a ticket for you to go to Europe, or take you on a vacation, on a single vacation too. He doesn't have to come with you. He offered it. Say, okay, I'll send you here or wherever,
Can't expect that from like a little kid.
But a little kid, you can't expect that from. But that's what I expect.
Yeah.
Right? At this stage in my life, that's what I expect. I can't be talking to some guy now. I want to make it very clear. I can die alone and have no problem. No problem.
No, same.
I don't have to have a man to validate me in any shape or any form.
I believe in independence.
Right. I believe in independence, and I am very independent. I can take care of myself. And I heard a lot of women online say them can't find a man. And, them say them can't find a man. And that. Listen, first of all, how many people we have on this earth? We have
8 billion now.
8 billion? How many billions of people live in this world? If I have to go to Timbuktu, you know what is Timbuktu?
Yeah.
To the end of this world, just to date a guy, I would. Like, I would go, I would meet people all over. I do not.
Yeah, it's not
I
that
am
hard
not
at all.
going to settle. Right? And if I am going to settle, I'm going to be settling with myself alone.
That's good.
Right?
A lot of
And I
people
am
can't do
very
that.
much content with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I hear some woman say them go pick up this and go pick up that and just trouble on them. No, not I. I won't be doing that. It doesn't make any sense. What is sense I'm with somebody I can't even communicate with?
Yeah.
You find it very difficult. You ever met anybody where you can't really have a conversation with? And it's like you have forced the relationship?
Not really, no.
Or we don't have nothing in common. Or when you're and a man have something in common, or a boy you have something in common.
I don't know. I always think you can always have stuff in common with people. I feel like that's why I think everything's a scam, because everybody is so alike. You can literally, if you talk to somebody long enough, you're gonna start to like them. You know what I mean? So if it's not,
No, you don't have to like them. That's not true. You like people because they're all human, yes. But there's certain things or certain trait about an individual. Remember, trait is different. There is a trait about an individual that you might not like. Like sometimes some people are very angry person.
Yeah.
That is that trait.
Maybe I'm just so tolerant to just people being not the best.
Right, and you can't do that. That's why I'm telling you that if you grow up in an abusive environment, you have to be very careful, because you can't just say on a blanket statement that everybody.
But if you grow up in an abusive home, say, when someone shows like the slightest bit of being nice to you and caring for you, then obviously you're gonna think, wow, this person's giving me the world. Would you not agree?
Yeah, but you know what a mother love is. You know, I given you everything. I never abuse you. I loved you, cherish you, teach you what love is, comfort you. So you know.
No, I'm kidding. No, yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, I guess.
And I know you're very sensitive.
Yeah, I am a very sensitive person. That's not always a good thing.
No, but if you're sensitive, you have to at least acknowledge that's the part of you. You can't change that. It's a trait you have.
Yeah.
And you can't change that. So what you have to do, you have to get somebody who is very empathetic and patient with you. Because if somebody is not sensitive and then go point out every fault where you have, and they're gonna hurt you, because you personally, you don't even want to hear it. Right?
Yeah.
And that is gonna affect you.
Yeah. No.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, and people, you can only give people so much advice for them to take it. You know what I mean? You can tell somebody this, and they could do everything against what you what you tell them.
I know, but you know knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody want to go experience them own or live them own life. But sometimes this is what I always say: have one person or one friend in your life that you trust their judgment, and them always give you solid.
Yeah, I'd say I trust yours and Caitlin's judgment.
They give you
I go to Caitlin for advice. I go to my younger sister for advice, guys.
Right, because she have good advice, and even though she's she's A-type personality.
Or just like other people can see things that you can't.
Right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes people not supposed to be in a relationship because they need to work on themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe you have issues you need to work on. So what you
How do I know my issues? What the you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, of course you can know your issues. This is what you do. You go to all your friends. All your friends that know you very well.
I don't have.
Go to them and ask them.
Alexi's she's got her own issues.
Yeah, you go to your friend and you ask. Not necessarily mean that them going to tell you the truth. Some of them won't.
Yeah.
But you gonna know if it's true.
Yeah, when you hear it and you're hurt, then you know it's true. Right?
Not when it hurt you, because some people will just tell you, oh, you're black when you're not even black.
But like, what do you mean issues? Because some issues you have, yeah, okay, but doesn't mean you have to be perfect before you get into a relationship.
No, you don't have to be perfect before you get into
like friendship issues that I have, like communication.
Okay, first, when you get into a relationship, you need to establish what is it you're looking for. Okay, you have to understand that. You have to understand what is it you are looking for, right? And when you determine what is it you're looking for, then you have to look now on the outside. What is it I want out of this? Like what the person, what individual I'm looking for. It's two different look for. You have to know to yourself, do I just want somebody to play with? Or do I want a relationship? Or do I want a F-body? Right? She's adult. Do I want a F buddy or do I just want a one night stand or whatever?
Yeah.
You have to establish that. Then when you establish that, then after you have to look at that person and look and see if that person meet the criteria of a person you want. Like for example, maybe you want a blue-eye guy, a blonde hair blue-eye guy. Maybe you want a very thick black guy, way strong and powerful, right? Maybe you want a guy 6 feet tall, right? Maybe you're fascinated with people with curly hair, right? Maybe you want I don't know, a skinny guy, right? Then afterwards, after you look at the looks, right? Then you break it down. Okay, education level. What are you willing to settle for? Right? Am I willing to settle for, right? Because everybody have problems. There's nobody that doesn't have problem. I know you are gonna ask yourself, okay, can I live with this? Maybe you're with the guy and then you realize the guy nasty. You're going to him house and him have all dirty towel throwing down. You ask yourself, okay, can I tolerate this? Maybe it's a pet peeve of yours. You just can't tolerate it.
Yeah.
If the guy drink, like for
Goes
me,
clubbing.
if a guy drinks,
It's a no for you.
it's a no for me, because
If he smokes,
if him
it's a
drink once a week or once a month, that's okay. But if I'm with a
Every
guy
night.
and him drink every day, it affect me. I can't do that. And if him smoke, none at all. I'm sorry. So right there again, how much population I cut out there? I limit my
90.
chance. Eh?
No, yeah.
I limit my chance. But yes, if a guy throw down him dirty towel, maybe I can oversee that. You understand?
Yeah.
My tolerance level. But you have to know what is it you cannot tolerate. If the guy sit and don't work, that's another thing. Can you tolerate that?
No.
Can you tolerate a guy working money and don't even say here?
Right? I want them to spend all their money on me.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right, and you can't deny you. You see some of us.
That doesn't make me a gold digger. That
No, that doesn't make you a gold digger. That
That
makes
just
you
shows me that you like me.
right. That is your likes. But you need to understand, it's not every guy can afford to do that. And right?
I mean, if the effort's there, it doesn't have to be expensive stuff. Just like once he buys me things, everything. Like I don't have to pay. Like I know this girl. She was they broke up, but when they were together, she never ever took out her debit card once. Every time they went out for dinner, he paid.
Right. And that's what it is.
Yeah, he's my age, so I can expect that.
Right.
Same thing.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. And you need somebody who is very spontaneous okay, so Kirsten, let us plan a trip.
No, I'm like that too.
Let us plan a trip.
spontaneous.
And then
And fun things.
he
not
doesn't
just-
want
some
you
people
to
just-
carry him.
Yeah.
And you are not carrying him. He has to have some brains to think about it too, to go research it. That's another red flag, If you are with somebody and they can't even contribute to, okay, we're going somewhere and you have to do all the planning, you have to do all the preparation. It get tiring after a while.
No, like effort's good. You know, when they put effort to do that kind of things.
Okay, like for example, let me give you this is over your head though. Like for example, when your father and I will go on trips, okay, I thought that okay, he drives because he can't drive when I drive. He cannot sleep or relax when I drive. So he does the driving. So then when the car is to be, when we come home and we have to take, put away the stuff and things like that, I just says, okay, go inside and I will